Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I am Soul Leader. This channel is the Soul Leader. Welcome back. Today, I will be affirming you from my Daily Inspiration Wisdom and Courage book by Cindy Spiegel. So I'll read the passage for today, November 24th. It is easy to let the outer workings of daily life sidetrack you on the way to your dreams, but stay focused. Remind yourself often of what matters most to you and relentlessly pursue it. What pursuits have you let go of because life simply got in the way? How can you re engage with these passions and interests? Okay. As I told you, it's always on point for each and every video. Today I have been reading Romans 8:18 through, let me see, 8:18 through 30. Okay. Um, and in this it talks about having the spirit of the Lord and basically like um the reason why I'm gonna just read verse 20. Okay. Because I didn't write down what I got from it. I usually write it down because I have to sit and meditate on it. But I'm going to just read verse 20, Romans 8:20. For the creation was subjected to frustration, not by its own choice, but by the will of the one who subjected it in hope. 21. That the creation itself will be liberated from its bondage to decay and brought into freedom and glory of the children of God. So I read two verses. Okay, when I think about that, I think about the suffering that we all go through, right? Hey, Lord is telling me to keep going, just go. Okay, when I think about when we get into our storms, right? We quickly will give the devil credit for things that he has not done. The devil cannot touch the Lord's chosen unless the Lord allows it, right? And prime example of allowing the devil to touch is like what I basically went through in a relationship for not being obedient. It wasn't that like the Lord left me. It wasn't that the Lord allowed me, just didn't talk to me. No, it was none of that. It was more so not a bad thing. It was something that I wasn't doing for myself, you know. And like I said, God is within us. So if God is within us, when we do things that are not for us and we give away all our power to other people, the Lord will humble you. You know, meaning the Lord taught me to the real true confidence, not that confidence I thought I had. He taught me true confidence. The Lord has also humbled me, taught me to love myself more. There's a difference between being a giver and allowing the takers to take all that you give. You can give to people, but not at the expense of destroying yourself, putting your all into people. Because I did that. You know, I did that genuinely and wholeheartedly, and not because of for fun or game. It was more so because I had already saw the vision. Okay. Um, I'm specifically talking about this one issue because this one is more recent and it stands out. Okay, and I feel like more people could kind of relate to a relationship a little more than when I do talk about past things with like family, old friends, those kind of things of sort. Um, but when I think about the word bondage stood out to me when I was reading from 8:18 to 30. Um, The whole point of the storm is so that you can learn what you need to learn to get out of it. So you can learn strength. So you can learn to how to overcome in the right way. You know, like when storms arise in our lives, we always looking for that boat to jump in and sail away, right? instead of allowing the storm to pass, however long that it takes, right? And we cry out to the Lord, asking, "Oh, take this from me." And I'm telling you, the Lord would not take what I was going through from me because He knew it was going to happen in the end, and it was all worth it. I can even throw in when I was in cosmetology school. I had a child while I was in cosmetology. I came in pregnant, had no idea. That really took my whole life. Like it didn't slow things. I don't like to use the word slow things down, but it almost rerouted my life. But even though I had a child, I still went back and finished, unlike most people, I went to school with. I finished. And it went from something that was only supposed to take, what was it, 10 to 14 months. It turned into 2 years for me. Because even at the same time, I was still displaying, um, I'm not going to say laziness, but fear. Because even though I was in hair school and I knew I needed that 1,500 hours felt like forever. And the reason I was acting that way because of a previous time what happened with me in school. I didn't have nobody fight for me and help me get into the right grade I was supposed to. I remember I made a video about a testing time in one part of my life, where somebody had caused me to fail in school. It's I'll elaborate on it another time. But with what was going on and being allowed to not go to school all the time and do what I want, it kind of affected what I'm really good at because I love learning. I love school. I love books. I just love learning stuff. Um, so anyway, some days I would not go to school for a whole week. It wasn't that I was being lazy, it was fear because this is what I was doing. I was out the house about 14 hours a day. I would get up and go to school for 8 of those hours, and I had a part-time job that I was barely surviving off of, but I made it work. The same things I do now, I made it work with a little bit of money. And I didn't do it on my own. I had help. I had help because at one point in time, it was a real partnership. Let's just say that wasn't always what it had become. It was a real teamwork at first. And during that time when I was in hair school, I would skip days, but then when I got serious and I got to my 1,000 hours, I got serious. I got serious when I seen I was at like 900 hours. I got serious when I made it to state board. When I seen that, okay, I finally made it to state board class. I gotta stick this out. I started coming every day. I didn't miss a day. I went to work every day. I didn't miss a day of work, not until I got my vacation time. I used my vacation time to go ahead and finish out high school. And what I remember was it was hard, rough, leaving every day my baby home, being gone all those hours. I couldn't be with the person that I, loved. And it was a lot, but it was worth it because in the end, I passed my theoretical and practical on the first try. In the end, I cried my first tears of joy. I have my cosmetology license, although I do not use it. I will use it eventually. To me, this channel is so much more important because the Lord is teaching me how to heal myself. And I am using what I have learned and what I am learning to give back to you all because there's so many of you out here who don't really have anybody, don't have the tools, don't know what to do. I didn't have none of it. I didn't know what to do. All I know is that I was at rock bottom mentally in my mind. And what I was thinking in my mind was distorting my reality. And I was suffering. I was dying inside. And I cried out to God, help me. Because everything I've done, everything I've tried does not work. I tried it my way. My way does not work. My way would have had me on here showing y'all how I make my wigs and stuff. I have locks. Haven't wore that stuff in 2 years, so it was no reason for me to get on here and do what everybody else is doing. Because people who don't even have licenses is doing this stuff. What I'm saying is, the Lord told me to do something different. I don't tell my business. I'm very private. But this business is your business because a lot of things that I've experienced and there's things that I haven't that some of you can relate to. And it brings me so much joy to even be in this place because I remember when I first started this 2 months ago, I was like literally nervous, didn't want to tell things, would cry a whole lot. I mean, it's nothing wrong with crying. So I cry now. Sometimes I break out crying when I'm talking about God. Um, for me, it brings me so much joy knowing that I took the faith, even though I sat on it for a whole year and turned this into something totally different. Um, Hold on, baby. I got one more thing to say and I'm gonna go ahead and get off, okay? So what I'm saying to you is don't give up because going through high school was rough for me. I didn't get a lot of sleep. I had a newborn, all kinds of things. I dealt with postpartum. I didn't have my parents. Most of my backbones were deceased at the time. I had nobody. I couldn't run to my sisters, my brothers, cousins, aunts. I couldn't go to nobody. I was already isolated and not because of somebody else. The Lord had already set me down and these things had started to unfold. Like everything was happening so fast. So, hey, get out my video, girl. So I'm saying this to say, just because it seemed like it's dark in the moment, if it's dark in the moment, why don't you just become the light? Why don't you just shed the light that you already are? Meaning, keep your eyelids forward. Focus on not the ending, but the promise. Focus on what the end goal is. Like if you had set a goal, focused on it. It's who's to say like storms aren't to it's supposed to challenge us. How can we know what God is like if we are like soon something happens? Oh no, take it away. You find strength in weakness. You know, like our strength comes from the Lord. When you're able to get through stuff and do things, it is not by your own strength. Trust me, if it was all by our own strength, we wouldn't have the problems that we have. I know this. I'm learning this. I'm trying to inspire you all to go within. Because yes, I had my days where I wish that somebody would come hug me because I need a hug so bad right now. But the people were hugging my children. We hug all the time. We give kisses all the time. We look forward to that. As much as I wanted other people to hug me, I love when my children hug me because I know that it's real. I know that they don't look at my mistakes. It's like children have the eyes of God. What more are the better people for me to be around? In order for me to have become centered and understand, trust me, being around children is so much better than being around adults. You can really see God in children, and children do. I'm not saying they will lie, but they're quite honest. Like even my children, if I am not being fair to them, if I'm making them feel any kind of way, they tell me. We talk about it, we discuss it because nobody did that with me. And if the people in my life had took the time to talk to me, they would have understood that they didn't have to treat me the way that they treated me. They would have known that, hey, all I had to do was just talk to her. I wasn't one of them kids that needed beatings. Yes. You want me to turn TV on? Okay. You got snot on your face, girl. Okay, get the remote. I'll tape while I cut it on. Okay, so I'm going to end this on that note because my baby is going to keep talking and talking. And I don't want my video flagged for Coco Melon. So, again, beautiful souls, until next time, let me help you. And together we can help one another. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please get in the comments. Feel free to speak with me. Um, I'm going to keep going and going and going and going and going. It doesn't matter if it's only one of you watching me. What matters is that we help one another. I see. What matters is that you grow in Christ. What matters is that you know that you are loved. Even though you may not know me, just know that I'm praying for you. I hope that you will pray for me too. And on that note, I am ending this video. Beautiful souls. Take care.